Right, I'm gonna make some streetwear. Creepy little streetwear design. I've been reading this mental book called The Three Body Problem. So I've got a lot of assets here from NEOSTOCK and also Envato Elements. And I figured I may as well cobble some stuff together and make something deadly. So I got this frame. Kind of like the look of this bad boy. Have a rough idea of what I want to do. Very, very rough idea, but I'm just gonna kind of wing it and kind of see how we go. Cause like I always find like playing around with designs like this, it's kind of better to do and not like overthink things. Cause I'm real bad for like, you know, thinking too much about something and then I end up like absolutely ruining the design and going back to the first idea that I had. But I kind of like the idea of making like a green kind of bitmappy and mental looking t-shirt design, you know, nothing, as I said, like nothing over the top, but I want to get like a lot of texture in there and get it looking like kind of computery. Like I've been reading this book called The Three Body Problem and it is like mind blowing and I can't stop thinking about it. So I want to make a three body problem t-shirt design. Hope the stream is alright because I got alright internet here in the studio. Way better than what I have at home. But I'm still like not sure if it's like the best thing going. Should be alright though. I imagine so anyway. Sick. So I kind of want to like have this wacky frame thing that I harvested out of. Oh shit. Kind of want to have this like frame that I got out of a graphics pack off Envato. Like this was only like a tiny part of it, but I kind of like it the way it looks like microchippy. So I kind of want to fire that in and see how we go. Some mad stuff though. It's basically like there's a part in the book where they go into this like video game and it's like you put on like a V suit and it, like you can feel like the wind and the heat and you know the rain and stuff. Like it's kind of like futuristic and all, but they go into this world and the world has like 3 suns and the 3 suns are like the gravity is like destroying the path of each object, and it's called, this is what it looks like, it's the 3 body problem. That's like the mathematical equation. It's like 3 suns and that's the routes that they take, and I just like, my mind is blown by it. But there's a part where they make a computer out of like 30 million men, and I was like, holy god, I'm gonna make a design out of that. But that's just like, there's no way that's possible. So I was thinking I'm gonna make like the view of them looking down from a pyramid at this, like basically the 3 suns align and like the strength of the gravity of the 3 suns is like ripping the planet apart, all within a video game. But I just thought it was so sick, so I kind of want to make like that kind of scene. And then like I got some nice fonts of Legacy of Defeat. They're pretty sick. Got some nice cyberpunky packs going, so check them out definitely. I was going to use some of them to make like kind of cool like trippy sort of logo. I was thinking about like chroming everything up, but I don't think I will. I think I might just rip it apart with some displacement maps and texturing and I like the copy scan pack from Black Market, so I might just use one of them as like the texture to go over it. This could look kind of cool. I basically want to put like a creepy like background. What is the crack? I have just been on for 6 minutes. What's the crack, Mental Split? How you fixed? So I'm thinking this would be a nice little background. Like, look at that. Doesn't that just like scramble your brain, that like 3-body problem occasion? Kind of like this thing, but I don't really know if there's any of that like kind of in the book. Oh, I'm using an old Photoshop here on the office computer, so it's missing a few of the nice little quality of life improvements in the latest CC. Yeah, it's absolutely mental stuff. It's like there's like multiple 3-body problems, and like none of them can be like properly explained through maths. There's like a gravitational 3-body problem, and then like some other types. It's all complete. I'm a complete like idiot, so like all that stuff is lost on me. But the book is so damn good, and it just keeps getting better. So I'm kind of like losing sleep over it. You know what I mean? My tiny little brain isn't able to figure out what's going on. What I'm doing here is I'm just like been like real lazy, and I'm just using my magic wand to make a selection of the frame with that layer selected, and then like magic wand all of this, and then I'm going into these and I'm just like pressing delete and getting rid of the edges. I have so many bad habits. Oh, sick. Which one? The this one, the like stars, or the kind of landscape? I think I got that on Unsplash, or maybe no, I think that was Envato as well, actually, the landscape thing there. And basically, like, as I was saying, there's like a part in it when like the 3 suns align and they're like ripping the planet apart, like, and everything's like cracking and kind of been destroyed. And I think I'm gonna try go for a bit of that going on. I'm gonna put a whopper pyramid in the middle though. I was thinking about having the main lad, like the protagonist, kind of just standing like facing away, or like looking, have the pyramid like here, and then some of the suns kind of in the sky, kind of pulling the planet apart, and having all like the cracks and the bits of particles and like rocks and stuff kind of floating up into the air. Mental Split? No, I actually just got this one. I was saying I got that Sci-Fi frame out of like a graphics pack on Envato Elements, but it was like a PSD kind of poster. You know those things like pre-made kind of like poster, and you can kind of like mess around with the elements within it. But I just took that out of it because I thought it was kind of nice. It had loads of extra stuff on it, and it was like way too busy, so I kind of harvested it and took parts that I liked out of it, if you get me. There we go. I'm just trying to like make this look like it's all cracking and breaking apart and all. As I said, I don't really have like too strong an idea going here, so I'm very much kind of like playing it by ear and just farting around. See if we can get something mad looking going. That's looking pretty sick. I'm not really playing with any like proper grid or anything like that. I'm just kind of doing this by eye. It could be nice to try sort this out with a proper grid, but I've only got maybe about another hour and a half max before I have to hightail it home, because it's a little bit late here. Yeah, I don't really know. Like, me and my mates kind of end up discussing NFTs quite a bit, because not many of us really know what the story is with them. Like I understand kind of how they work, and that it's about like owning the art. But I'm very much a commercial artist. Like, my way of doing things is I make art for other people, and I don't really get too like kind of caught up in the whole, you know, exhibitions and I don't know what to say without being offensive to, you know, that side of the art industry. But I do think that NFTs have a place, and they're gonna stay, because I think the more people kind of go digital and have like more, like, I suppose, like VR coming in and stuff like that, people are gonna want to have, like, you know, kind of like Second Life type deals where they might have like their online kind of like room, and they want to like decorate it with art and stuff. But I was kind of thinking, I have a bit of crypto squirreled away, and I don't know like what to do with it, so I was half thinking about minting some NFTs, but I'm not sure if there's really like the elitists, that side of the art industry. But I have a bit of crypto squirreled away that I was thinking I might like mint an NFT or two and just kind of like put them up there and see what the crack is. But like, is there a market for this side of, or this style of art, you know, like metal and punk sort of art? Is there a market for NFTs of that ilk? I really don't know. I would like to think there's like a market out there. Like, you know, some of the most successful people in the world are metalheads, you know. But I know success is like a bit of a, it can mean multiple things. What's going on here? Is that just a, oh yeah. As you can see, I'm not really like naming any of these layers. I'm just kind of winging it, so to speak. But yeah, Kill For You, I think I would be interested in making like an NFT or two in future. Maybe get some minted and kind of just put them up there and see what the response is, if any. I don't know, it strikes me that you might need like a name for yourself or something to be successful in the NFT space. Yeah, mental split. I would say Illustrator is the way to go for corporate logos. Definitely 100% Illustrator all the way. But I don't really like you can't really get the same like filthy organic kind of vibe going as you can with Photoshop. But there's like better and better tracing software and AI kind of been developed all the time, that you can design something sick in Photoshop and then just, you know, like bring it into Illustrator and live trace it. Like, you'll lose a little bit of your resolution and stuff or not your resolution, sorry, your detail. But to be honest, if you absolutely whack the file size up of the raster logo to like 8,000 pixels at 300 dpi, then Illustrator will have a much easier time tracing it, and then you will have a nice vector logo at the end. Like if you could make stuff in Illustrator from scratch and really get that like nasty sort of metal effect, go for it, because Illustrator is a really nice and very powerful program. Oh shit, loads of comments there. Yeah, Kill For You, I think that's the thing that kind of confuses a lot of people. I think the whole idea is like it's minted on the blockchain, so there's like a 1 out of 1 type thing. You know, the way there's like one painting hanging in a gallery, but then, you know, there'll be multiple prints made by of it by the artists, and like the prints could be sold for much less than the original painting. And I think that's the whole point. It's like anyone can like right click and save, you know, like a piece of artwork off anywhere on the internet, but only one person can own the original minted piece. And I think that's kind of the gimmick of it. I know gimmick is kind of a strong word to use, but it's still new. It's still early days. I think like someone is gonna get ripped off real bad in the NFT space, and it's gonna be all over the news, and we're gonna hear all about it. And then it'll blow up even more, and then it'll be fucking regulated and all sorts by the people that chase the money. No mental split. I must check out Visual Defect. Yeah, I really like that. I really like the pen tool in Illustrator. That was basically, I used to make a lot of very clean sort of streetwear designs, like based on traditional tattoo, like Sailor Jerry type sort of vibe stuff, and I used to do it all in Illustrator with the pen tool and then smooth tool, and it's really nice. Basically I just like bring the AI file into Photoshop and then like texture it up using my grit, and then bring it back into Illustrator and trace it again to get softer edges. But I've always been like that. I've always just liked things looking a bit kind of bit broken. Yeah, that's right, Revolver. trying to trace over stuff super grungy and detailed, your CPU is not gonna have too good a day of it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with these, like all the stuff floating up here. That could all actually look a bit better. Just gonna leave that there for now. Yeah, 100%. Like I know, yeah. Once VR goes way more mainstream, I like to think that it'll be, you know, all like fairly normal for people to have like their own gaff in VR, and like your mates will come and hang out and like, you know, play some games and stuff, that type of thing. It's kind of hard for us to get our head around it now, but everything's moving so fast. Like I can only imagine that like we'll all have our own like little spot where people will come over and hang out, and you'll like decorate it with all your favorite art pieces and stuff, because you never know. So we got these 3 different suns, and in the book it's like the one, like when the 3 suns come close to the planet, it like burns it all up, and they don't know, like, because going back to that like crazy equation of, or the visual representation of it, like there's 2 more. Like that's an elastic 3-body problem, and then that's like gravitational three body problem. So if your planet's in the middle of that and there's three suns like flying around all over the place, like you're not gonna have like a day night cycle. And like some days you're gonna be like burnt to a crisp, and then other days you're going to be like frozen solid when there's no like sun and all. So I'm not sure whether I want to put like the sun's really close. I might just use this one, to be honest, and then I might put like another one maybe like here or something, or actually like maybe one in front. To be honest, I might actually just even leave that one there. Maybe. Oh, Raphael, do you mean like maybe doing something in After Effects or something like that? Because I'm not the best at After Effects, but I really enjoy playing around in that program. Like, I'll give away my age here now, but when I was studying design in college, we were still taught Flash, which makes me sound like such an old geezer. But yeah, that's something I'd well be interested in doing. Maybe making some cool, like, did you see me reacting to the Consume workflow the other day? They had a really cool animated intro that I think could be sick to do something like that. Yeah, that's a really good idea, Raphael. Yeah, I'm gonna stick that on the list. Yeah, that's a sick idea. I was also playing around with the Adobe Character Animator program the other day, and I was thinking about doing like a little gimmick in one of the videos of like, instead of me talking in the corner, having like maybe like a little skeleton in my style, kind of animated and talking along, and giving the tutorial. Like, so that could be a really good idea. Nice one. Mental split. That's also a really good idea. Yeah, I actually have one done, like a real nice logo. Shit, I don't know if I have it on this computer. I have a real nice death metal logo recorded, like the full process from scratch. Um, that I was thinking about making a tutorial out of. So I'll definitely stick that on the list as well. Oh, 3D metal logos, man! I could definitely do that in After Effects. Yeah, definitely. That could be great. See, the trick there is with After Effects, like you could make your like metal logos 3D using just like a PNG of the logo itself, and you're gonna be like having to make a 3D. You'll have to be like duplicating layers, like about like you'd need about like 80-90 layers type thing. And once you export that as like an AVI file or something, it could be like anywhere as big as like 12 gigs. So for like 20-30 seconds. So the best way to do it is actually to make a vector of your logo, of your metal logo, and then bring that in. And you can like extrude the object in After Effects with like Cinema 4D, and then you're just putting like a rotate, kind of like my intro that I did, the new intro vid. Yeah, I can definitely do a tutorial of that. That'd be sick. Yeah, Blender is great. I really enjoy Blender. I'm a complete noob when it comes to it though. I know a few of the guys. This great designer Ken Coleman from Ireland. Um, he does loads of like Masters of the Universe and stuff. He's actually worked for a load of big metal bands like Morbid Angel and stuff, and he does some amazing stuff in ZBrush. If any of you are familiar with that program, he like sculpts a lot of things in ZBrush, and then he will 3D print it and like kit bash like old 80s toys and stuff. It's so sick. Really love all that stuff. I'm such a noob when it comes to it all though. I'm just messing around here thinking about putting a load of maths equations. This could be complete overkill, but It's already getting so messy. Right, don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. So, I was thinking... I have so many ideas for this, but I really want to keep it kind of clean. You see, going overboard is so easy to do for everybody. So the best thing to do is kind of like I love throwing everything, all the shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, and then kind of, you know, pairing back that way. This is the actual logo of the book in Chinese, 3-body problem, and as you can see, I just really roughly chopped it out of the book cover. Like, this is not very nice to look at, but I'm gonna be kind of distorting everything with a displacement map anyway, so I thought, like, sure, whatever, I can kind of get away with it. Like, so I'm just gonna throw it there. I'm thinking about putting like a logo here and maybe some quotes on the side. Jacob, yeah, I think so. This is the first YouTube stream that I've done. I usually go on Twitch. Not that I've streamed that much at all, but yeah, I think this will stay on the channel all right, and you'll be able to watch back and see all my horribly bad habits. Oh, sick mental split. That is awesome. Do you have any of your stuff online? Any of the 3D stuff that you've done? Because that stuff is... Oh shit, what did I do? That stuff's so cool, like 3D. And do you any of you guys watch a channel called Dread Labs on here? That guy Tom is like a genius when it comes to that stuff. He'll like make a lot of stuff in like Cinema 4D, and then like bounce out like his renders and use them in his like designs then in Illustrator and Photoshop and all. It's a really cool way of having like really unique work. Graham, thanks a mil. I'm really glad to hear that. I've got plenty more in the works, and hopefully you'll enjoy a few of them as well going forward. I think that might be a bit too much alien. If you guys want to know where I got this creepy looking yoke, it's amazing stock of a great site called NEOSTOCK, run by a mate of mine, and Dean Samet his name is, and he basically is a hyper realist artist that does a lot of book covers, and he's worked with like Stephen King and Clive Barker, to name a few. But he has an amazing channel called Photo Manipulation, and I really recommend you check out that. They are like, I think there's maybe 3 or 4 of them on the team, and they're all phenomenal artists, and they do great tutorials. And he's really given me like a nice kick up the arse. Oh shit. To kind of take this channel a bit more seriously, because like I do a lot of commission work on top of this, on top of the tutorial videos, you know. So it's quite nice to get a bit of encouragement, because sometimes it can feel like, oh Jesus, I'm kind of burning myself out, you know, when I'm like juggling anywhere from like 5 to 7 different client commissions a week, and then I'm trying to like get the tutorials and stuff out. But he gave me a really good Discord call there last week or 2 weeks ago, and he basically stayed on for about 3 hours and gave me amazing advice and a lot of encouragement. So it's real nice to get, you know, those little motivators, like. And his but yeah, sorry, I went on a tangent there, but his site NEOSTOCK is absolutely amazing. So many cool assets on there. Don't know, I want this guy to be pretty small, because in the book the pyramid is like gigantic. Oh, kill for you, yeah. That Yu-Gi-Oh card render is amazing. I seen another one he did. I don't know if there was much Cinema 4D in it, but he did like a Pokemon game Switch cover. That was so deadly. Great designer. Peacemaster, what is the crack? Cheers for tuning in. Hope you enjoy and get a few bad habits off me here. Awesome, Revolver. That is really nice to hear. Yeah, like that channel and your man Tom, he's such a good designer, and he's very focused on kind of cleaner, more, I guess, like techno kind of stuff. But like his skill set is phenomenal. Whereas I fall down on that side of things, but I just love the nastier side of stuff. You know what I mean? Phase Runner is absolutely amazing. I love that dude. He does some amazing stuff. Like, have you seen that like cyberpunk like ninja thing he did? I'm gonna have to go rewatch that soon. Unbelievable. Oh, Peacemaster, we're talking about Dread Labs. He's a really good channel that I fully recommend. Hell yeah, Mastodon, that's really nice of you. That's amazing. Thanks a million. I'm really glad you're enjoying them, and I hope you're picking up a few little tips along the way, because it's been seriously good crack making these videos. What was I doing here? Oh yeah, so these are the fonts that I'm thinking about using. I just threw them into the photo, or into the folder. I mean, this Cortez is like a really classic font. You see that in a lot of like Stephen King kind of horror books. This Cyberpunk is by what are they called? God damn it, I can't remember what they're called now. But they're really really good. These fonts. That's gonna annoy me. I've had like a sieve. I'll put it into the description once this goes up. Um, and what's this one? Oh yeah, ITC Serif Gothic. That's another, like, this is on pretty much every sci-fi book you'll ever see. So I'm gonna actually just like mess around and kind of make a logo here, because I think I've got the composition down a little bit. It's still rough around the edges. I'm gonna throw some like particle effects and like kind of scratches and shit over it as well, but I'll just kind of play around with a logo here. So I'm actually, what did I say? ITC. Oh, I haven't actually installed them yet, I don't think. Hell yeah, Frosine are such a good band, aren't they? I actually seen them. One of the last gigs I think I was at before the virus hit was uh, the Edge Day Fest in Stockholm in Sweden, and Forseen played, and it was like unbelievable. They're so heavy. I really like. I'm a sucker for crossover thrash. It's definitely like um, my favorite genre, pretty much. Like, I love death metal and old school death metal and stuff, but like crossover, I'm just such a sucker for it. And for up there with like the best in the biz over there. Sweden is just full of amazing bands, though. Oh, sorry, they're from Finland. Sorry, I've seen them in Sweden, though. That's it, Revolver. Yeah, it's all about the controlled destruction, isn't it? See, I like when things are correct and designed like in a nice strong way, but I do also love absolutely ruining things and making things look horrible. Maybe I'll throw this in the what's I say, H74 Cyberpunk. Yeah, that's nice. That is really nice, actually. Sick. Yeah, kill for you. Yeah, it really is. It's just all about like the amount of time that like you pick up different fonts over the years, and you'll stick with one for a while that you'll use for ages, and then something new will come along, something nice and shiny, and you'll be like, oh yeah, I'll use that for everything I do. Like when I was in college, like all I used was like Frutiger and Helvetica for like everything, like absolutely everything, and Euro style as well. Actually, I might use some Euro style in this, because Euro style is like so it's like so iconic in like the power violence and kind of spazzy grindcore kind of scenes. Like that side of like hardcore punk, they had so much. Is that too close together? Is it? It might be. But yeah, Eurostyle extended bold like is one of the most used fonts in hardcore and punk. You'll just see it absolutely everywhere. But the thing is, like, once you become aware of a font, I'm gonna leave those two together because I like that, the way it's like the straight line coming down. Once you become aware of a font, like, you can't unsee it then. It's just freaking everywhere. I sit on the train sometimes and like look at all, like the ads along the top of the carriages, like, and I get so annoyed just seeing how terrible some of the fonts they're using are. I'll put that down to 0. Oh, Ryan, what's the crack? Sorry, I'm real bad at keeping up with the comments here. Apologies if it takes a while for me to see it. Peacemaster crossover is sick. It is the best. Is that perfect? That actually lined up so perfect. Nice. I'm a sucker for doing everything in the Fibonacci sequence as well, you might have noticed. So like I'll go down from like 55, like font weight, to 34, and then down from that to 21, down from that to 13. Like, you don't need to do that. I'm just like weird, but I find it does make things look really nicely balanced. That'll do. Oh, sick. I did not know. Is the music video animated? Because I don't mind a bit of Knocked Loose myself. I seen them in Vancouver like 5 or 6 years ago with Counterparts and who else was it? And they were amazing. Like, it's not the type of hardcore I'm too knowledgeable about, but holy god, they could play. And I assume they've just gone from like strength to strength. Maybe I'm gonna put the author's name in this little yoke here. Oh, it's a bit too. Oh yeah, mental split. I would actually love to do that. I'm not half the logo designer that Consume is, but I would love to try make something like that. That like super illegible slam style with like over the top like detailing and drips and all. Like, I'm definitely down for that. Shit, what's the... Hold on, I gotta find out what the author's name is. Liu Cixin. Liu Cixin. I've probably absolutely butchered that pronunciation, but I'm gonna throw this into Euro style. Extended bold. Oh my god, I don't even have it. Goddamn office computer. Put this down to 13. The pink marker lines. Oh, like the... I think this is just... You mean these ones here that are kind of like locking? I think it's just in Photoshop CC, because I remember when I was using CS6 a number of years ago, they didn't actually have those lines in it. I think you might be able to go into editing, into preferences, and go into maybe workspace. I'm actually not sure, Ryan. Every time I update Photoshop, you know, those things change, like, which can be kind of confusing. Yeah, that's looking nice. Nutshell, what is the crack? How are you keeping, my friend? Shifu, what is the story? I actually don't have a Discord, but main man Nutshell there was talking about getting one going. Could be really good crack to kind of share ideas and kind of chat about it, like kind of help each other out making different kind of logo designs and stuff. Definitely a good idea to make a little Discord. Jesus Christ, time is just melting away here. I'm gonna not be so precious about this design, and we'll just kind of like power through it. Oh, Revolver, I seen that. I was listening to that new Life Sick tune earlier. The budget of that music video must have been insane, with all the fire like exploding behind them and all. It's so deadly seeing hardcore bands putting that much kind of budget behind their videos. Never meant. What's the story? Don't worry, I've kept it clean in here. Oh, COD, what's the story? Is that COD Nikita? Might actually keep that nice and tight there, actually. No way, Nutshell. Your Instagram got shut down. You're in Instagram jail, are you? No way. That's a nightmare, mate. This is looking a little too, like, tall. Kind of liking that logo, though. It's a bit kind of... Yeah. Like, this isn't going to be perfect, you know. I'm just kind of trying to rattle this together. But, sure, we'll make something cool, I'm sure. Nikita, what's the story? Everybody in the chat, COD there is probably my favourite metal logo designer going. Just phenomenal work. Hope you're keeping well, Nikita. I'm just gonna like fire everything into black and white. I could just put like a black and white like adjustment layer over all of these, but I want to mess them all up individually, and I'm probably just gonna put like a gradient map over this. Still think this lad's too big. Oh yeah, like the Sundisk Ra. I done some work for a sick tech death band called Tyrannus, and it's all like Egyptian and Roman Egypt themed, and I got to make so much cool stuff like Egyptian like mythology and all. Such a sick aesthetic. Here I'm just kind of like loosely firing in a shadow. Just gonna blur that. Ho ho. Oh, nutshell, that's so annoying. What got you thrown in jail? In Instagram jail? Big love, COD, you're an absolute legend. Found and learned about so many amazing designers through the Metal Designers group. Oh shit, the bed. Cold Cherry, what is the story? Hope you are keeping well. Yeah, sick. Should probably be naming my layers, but you know. I'm in Egypt. Just gonna start messing with levels here. Try get it looking pure nasty. Because I want it to look really over the top sci-fi, but give it that sort of bitmappy. You know, like the Nostromo, the ship in the first Alien movie. Like that's the kind of like the interface on that. That's the kind of vibe I want to go for this. Man, why is this got so? I really recommend reading this book also to everybody. It's completely insane. It's like mind-blowing stuff. My mate Carl was telling me to read it for ages. And then my other friend Carl started reading it, and my friend Joe started reading it. And all of them were just like, this is mind-blowing. So I ended up giving it a go, and I haven't looked back once. It's completely nuts. There's a lot of crazy science and stuff in it. I think the lad that wrote it was like an astrophysicist or something, or don't quote me on that, I could be wrong. Definitely some sort of scientist anyway. And some of the stuff in it is just like so scary. Don't know what I'll do with this lad. Will I just kind of like stretch it out a bit? Because like the aliens in it, they're called Trisolarians, because the planet that they live on has 3 suns, and they've had to like evolve to survive, you know, the not having like a day-night cycle, and kind of not knowing if they're gonna burn up that day, or, you know, so like their civilization took like so long to advance, and like they speak with light, like light signals and all. So I haven't even gotten to a part in the book where you actually see the aliens, because it's like the aliens, they're so far away from Earth that it's taken them like light years and light years to get here. Oh, that's actually way too far in. So what they're doing is they're actually like messing with humans and messing with Earth the way they can, like, you know, before they actually get to Earth. So they're like interfering with like politics and like spreading like messages through like the video game and stuff. Like, it's completely bonkers. It's so good though. But I don't know what they look like yet. But sure, we'll see. Oh God, I think, do you know what sprung to mind straight away? I don't know if it really classes as a horror movie. Well, I suppose it is a horror movie. It's Valhalla Rising. It's such a good movie. It came out like maybe 10 years ago or something. But it's set in like the Middle Ages, and it's about like a bunch of Vikings that are going from, well, they're not even Vikings, I think they're Christian at this stage, and they're like going to the Holy Land to fight in one of the Crusades, like, and they end up getting like lost in a storm, and their ship like gets set off course, and they end up in a totally different place, and they have no idea where they are, like, and they think they're in hell, but they're not in hell. I won't spoil it, but I will tell you to go watch it if you haven't seen it. Revolver, you are spot on. He's a computer engineer. Amazing book. I think there's like 5 of them or something. Do you know, I might actually do that. No. I haven't listened to Igor. I must give them a go. Are they hardcore band? French hardcore band, are you saying? Sorry guys, I'm kind of missing a few comments here. Really sorry about that. Never meant. Sometimes when I'm trying to behave, I'll name my layers, but a lot of the time I'll just kind of wing it and end up, you know, it's just like an absolute heap of layers on top of each other. Yeah, Valhalla Rising, it's so good. It's really spooky. There's another movie I want to watch. I think I was talking to om.exe or maybe Nutshell about, and it's called Field in England, and it's set in like the English Civil War in the 1600s, and it's like a bunch of lads like run off from the battlefield, and um they get captured by like a slaver in like another field, and they think they're dead and they're being punished for like deserting the battle. But I think the lad like feeds them a load of like magic mushrooms, and they start tripping and all, and it just looks amazing. The whole thing's in black and white as well. So that's on my list. I've never seen a field in England, it's called. It looks absolutely mental. Some wacky shit going on here now. It's very loose though. Loosey goosey. Yeah, sure. I'll fire that on. Kind of looks quite nice. Half thinking about bringing the logo down a bit. Could be nice actually to line it up. Might duplicate the group and just like merge one of them. Put a black stroke on it. A big one. Just leave that there for now. Jacko HC, that sounds absolutely deadly. I will definitely be checking Igor out. I love that when things are nicely kind of like mashed together and you get like a bit of a melting pot of different styles. Yeah, Oscar, I think that's probably correct. Because if you get too bogged down and kind of like, naming your layers and stuff, as you said, you lose your flow, and it's much more important to keep like the flow of your work and your train of thought kind of as you go than having a tidy workspace. I might actually... No, I won't. See you later, man. Yeah, I'll send it on to you, and you can critique it. Make sure you have a nice little glass of rum now before you go to bed. And I won't touch any of your drink here. Neverment shares this studio here with me, and the best DIY label in Ireland. Yeah, Nutshell, I was kind of half thinking about that. I'm not sure like if I like it too much, but I've only got like, I'd say I can probably squeeze another like half hour, 45 minutes out here before I gotta head home. Night Psycho, thanks a mil, that's real nice. You're a legend. It's kind of fun, just like train of thought designing here. Gonna give these little things a highlight and oh shit. Maybe. Nice one. That sounds sick. I'll be sticking that on the list, Nikita, definitely. Is it crazy, is it? I love those like wacky 80s kind of horror movies. They just had a different mindset. Shit, what I do? I'm just really loosely firing in some soft brush work up here just to give like a subtle gradient, you know, nothing too fancy. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I might throw the tree body logo. See, this is a problem. As Neverment was saying there, is like he teaches his students maybe don't name your layers as you go. But I guess the downside of it is when you're photo bashing like this, you kind of lose your where you've put things, you know. Gonna call this the Chinese logo. Might actually fire that in. Like, I might throw that in here even. And I'll put the equation there, possibly. That is the three body problem equation, that. Don't even begin to ask me what it means, because I have no idea. Just thought it looked kind of cool. Oh, Derek. Apologies. Yeah, that GMT is Greenwich Mean Time. That's what we operate here on the island of Ireland. Sorry you missed the start of it. Night Psycho. Yeah, like, I definitely, as I was saying earlier, sometimes I get a bit overwhelmed by, because I will have about 5 to 7 client commissions a week that, you know, I'm trying to like bang out and rattle out, and then on top of it I'm like, oh Jesus, I forgot to upload like the tutorial this week kind of thing. But it has been really fun and really good for me to kind of enjoy designing a little bit more now, because over the lockdowns here I got like real kind of deflated. Pretty much everything I do is music industry related and hardcore and punk and metal related, and when all of that kind of dried up over lockdown, I just got in a bit of a rut, like. And I think working in a creative sort of field, you can so quickly get like down on yourself and down on your work. And I have found that starting the channel and thinking more about what I'm doing and kind of explaining more about my processes and what I'm doing and helping people in turn has definitely made me enjoy designing more so than I was, say, at the start of this year. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It's so much work though. Like, I think every, say, 10-15 minute tutorial that I do probably takes about 15-20 hours work maybe. So I think I'm kind of happy with how, oh yeah, I actually took down a few, where did I put them? I don't know where I put these. I had quotes somewhere. Where did I? Okay. So these are quotes from the game. or the game, the book that I thought were really cool that I took down. So really, like, in the face of madness, rationality was powerless. Even if God were here, it wouldn't do any good. She was like a star, always so distant. Even the light she shone on me was always cold. So I'm thinking maybe I'll put that one like down here. And then maybe the other two, I was thinking maybe vertically in the like digital font or something. That could be kind of cool. Or maybe just Eurostyle. I was talking about Eurostyle earlier, but no, I might actually go for a Helvetica. Oh, it's 8:15 here, PM. Nutshell, I'd say you are probably, what, 7 hours difference? Is India 7 hours ahead of me, maybe? Oh, Peacemaster, that sounds sick. I love that. I love sitting in on Halloween and just eating loads of junk and watching a few spooky movies. Did anybody watch Midnight Mass on Netflix? Because I was buzzing off that loads. Me and my missus were watching it. And like, I was raised Catholic here in Ireland. Like, pretty much everybody's raised Catholic. Not that I ever practiced or believed in the Catholic God, but I was raised a Catholic. So in school and all, I had to go to like mass and stuff like that. So watching that show was just, it was so close to home, if you know what I mean. Oh shit, I'm missing a lot of comments here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Derek, that's what I do as well. Just fumble around in the dark until you find your way. Oh no, this fucking office computer. I'm missing loads of fonts. Yes, I did. Zero cash value. The mullet was getting a bit out of control. Had to kind of rein it in a bit, you know. Not sure what I'm going to do with this. I was half thinking about putting that quote in there, but now I can't think of like a... I might just center it. There we go. 13. Oh shit, that was down. Yeah, God, nutshell. Sometimes I end up having about like 50 to 100 layers as well. It can get really over the top very quickly. 12 p.m. in LA. 12 noon, like in the middle of the day, is it? Yeah. Yeah, it does, Revolver. You're damn right. It's real dark though, that part. It's like a scientist and two scientists like married each other purely because they like were about trying to figure out the three body problem, and like they never loved each other or anything, you know. They just kind of, it was like a marriage of convenience, and then she goes and gets murdered, and your man's pretty broken up about it. Oh, so you're like 4.5 hours ahead. Nutshell. 5 hours, yeah, Jesus. I'm thinking about like putting that. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like going with the flow here right now. I'll just leave them there for now and kind of see. I like that there. Like that. I might actually drop this down a wee bit. Yeah, nice. Nice. Yeah, absolutely none. Oh, it's really good though. I've been, as I was saying, like I've been obsessing over it the last while. It's one of those things. Like my mates kept telling me to read it, like, and I, just sometimes you just never get around to. If someone's been like, "Oh yeah, you should watch this show, you should watch this show, or you should watch this movie," and you just end up like never getting around to it, and then when you finally do, you're like, "What was I doing? Why did I not listen to them?" This is amazing. It's one of them for sure. So I got these real nice, weird like particle effects and stuff off NEOSTOCK that I'm going to throw in and kind of busy up this a little bit. I also had like a great, I don't know. Yeah, I might just use this bad boy. Oh, the B9 board now, that brings me back. Not really, but we had one here in Ireland called Mosh Space, and that was like Ireland's like kind of Mickey Mouse version of the B9 board, and like there was loads of like drama on it, and like loads of like just the usual stuff that goes with pretty much any hardcore scene. But oh, it was so good. I basically like learned all about hardcore through that, and the people on that forum. It made some of my best mates out of that forum as well, but never really got much commissions out of it. But that's going back to like say 2007 to about 2013 ish. But the B9 board, holy god, the blast from the past there. Is it still going? Do you know? Is it? I really feel like once kind of to have Heart and Verse kind of gravy train sort of slowed down, that I stopped really hearing about much bands on B9. Amazing label in its day though, wasn't it? Jesus. Kind of trying to make this look like Mad Energy or something, just. Could be a bit too heavy like that, so I might throw it on the top and drop the opacity right down. That's a bit too hectic going. Oh, this is just a personal piece, Nikita. Just basically just doing this for fun because I've been loving the book, and I can't stop thinking about it. So I wanted to make like a nice sci-fi looking design out of it. Something kind of streetweary, but also kind of techy. But just for fun, purely for fun. Oh, nutshell. Hopefully you do soon. Keep posting on Instagram, and and keep the. Oh, you're in Instagram jail, man. Sorry, totally forgot. Well, once you get back out of the Instagram jail, keep up your work, because you're really damn good, and you will start getting more traction. I have no doubt about that. Grimcraft, what's the story, man? How are you? Loving your work lately? Some amazing stuff. I'm feeling like this pyramid's kind of sticking out a bit too much, so I'm just gonna do the laziest thing ever, just burn it up a bit. Oh, shit. That is sick. Yeah, that style really suits dubstep and kind of techno and all. I love your chromey stuff. You know, I was half thinking about putting the quotes on the side, but now I don't think I will. Here's our bloke. I'm just going to fill this with Oh, that makes sense, Derek, yeah. And like that, I heard the Mosh Space, the like Irish kind of version of B9, is just a WhatsApp group now. But still sick that I think like all them lads are kind of like still mates, you know, just still keeping in contact. Nutshell, I think really just I actually don't know. See, I was kind of lucky that like I used to tour a lot in one of my old bands, and I'd like met loads of people across Europe and loads of people from like the States and the UK and all, and just kind of built up a network that way. So like I was kind of lucky that any time like, you know, me and my mates were like putting on a show here, we like I just made like, you know, the poster, or I made like the promo stuff for it, like, so kind of got contacts that way. Like I'm not really sure how. Yeah, I don't know. See, I don't know if I would mental split. Yeah, you're right. I don't know if I'd like cold call people, you know. Sometimes that can kind of I guess could irritate people. But you never know. Like, you don't. If you don't try, you don't get, kind of thing. You know, you don't ask, you don't get, as the old saying goes. Anybody think this is missing anything in terms of like contrast, or like is it popping enough? Is it? Before I start bitmapping it, might put a bigger. Oh, it's at 100% already. Yeah, definitely. I'm kind of hoping that once I displace everything, it'll kind of get messed up a bit. Also, I was half thinking about maybe like putting like, let's see what I saved. Sadly, I don't have half of the stuff on. Oh, I did have this though. Do you know what? I might actually just fire this over and see. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit clean. I might actually throw this over the pyramid and see if we can busy it up a bit. But once I throw this placement map on it, I'm hoping it's gonna look real nasty. Oh, have you really, Derek? Yeah, maybe emailing is definitely the way to go rather than cold calling like on social media. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I find like I get messages going into my message requests folder and I miss them for like weeks, you know what I mean? Like, it could be like 2-3 weeks before I like see in there. Oh, I'm just gonna do this real quick and see actually. Not perfect, but why not? Could be a little bit too much going on there now, but still looks cool though. Yeah, definitely true, mate. We'll get a few ninjas in here soon, will we? What you reckon about that kind of geometric-y sort of vibe going on there? Even like that, actually. Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. I might drop the where'd he go? Where's our bloke? I was kind of half thinking about having like some sort of energy bursting out of this, like a big glow that I was hoping the shadow would be cast off him, if you get me. That vivid light looks mad, doesn't it? Might even take the... Just got like a real soft eraser there, taking the top off. There we go, that's like lighting it up a bit busier. Nice. Might bring the whites up in this a tad, and the blacks down a bit. Just give it that real kind of, because when the character in the game is in the book is in the game within the book, he witnesses all these like mental things happen that can't happen in reality, of course. You know, it's like a video game that they're in, and like, you know, with graphics breaking apart and I didn't even think sometimes in the game, like in the sky, like it'll have like game over, or like, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna stick that in actually. I think it says like civilization, say like 192 destroyed. Do I have this digifont on this? Yes, I do. I'm gonna put this in oblique. Yeah, that's true. But I might throw the displacement map on different layers. So might do like displace it less than the rest of it, if you get me. Actually, now that I've said that, I'm looking at the time and I don't think I have the time for that, but sure. We'll see how we go. Civilization 192 destroyed. Might put like a bit of a warp on this. And perspective. Jeez, I didn't realize the time. It's absolutely flown in. Hell yeah, Revolver. I love that sort of aesthetic. Back in my granny's house when I was a kid, like my uncle had loads of Stephen King novels, and loads of them are like burnt into my memory, like the covers on them. Might actually put like a funky blur on this. We're gonna zoom. Sick. Yeah, I'm thinking that I won't have time to displace individual layers. I might just bring it down like that, Nikita, a bit, and kind of like subtly kind of mash it in. I sort of want to brighten up the bits of the, like, I shouldn't have merged those layers, but sure, you know. YOLO. I'm gonna brighten up the bits of the like rock that's been sucked up into space by the gravity of the suns. Brightness. Where's that sun gone? Should be here somewhere, shouldn't it? There we are. Bring the whites up on that. Black. wax down a bit. Yeah, it's looking kind of cool now. Kind of whacking up the contrast and everything, because once I wreck it all with a displacement map, it's going to be bonkers looking. Sick. I'm thinking also I might sort of bring them all down a tad. Wait, no, I'll bring the pyramid down as well. Kind of thinking like rule of thirds here, you know, just to try get a little bit more like balance. Where do I put that? Glow. Ah, yeah, that's looking actually a little bit more balanced. Sick. Oh, which one was this lad? There we are now. For that 70s sci-fi kind of vibe, there's an amazing website called Fonts in Use that you should check out. And it has like loads of class like books and movie posters and everything like kind of archived on the site, and it'll have like the poster, or for example it'll have like a Stephen King cover, and then it'll say what the fonts used within that cover are. And that's where, like, you know, I found things like Cortez. Oh no, this is ITC Gothic, but like other like real classic fonts like that, if you just type in say like fantasy into the search in it, it'll bring up loads of like classic 70s and 80s fantasy like book covers and posters and all, and it'll tell you what fonts are used in it. Amazing resource, especially like if you're like making stuff for say Dungeon Synth and all, you know, and you want those real classic looking fonts. Right, I'm going to absolutely lash through this now, so I'm just going to flatten everything. I'm going to fire up the contrast here. I would kind of spend a little bit more time on this, but I've got to get the bus at some stage. So I'm going to duplicate this, and if you've seen my latest tutorial where I dished out the cheat code, that's way too much. I use the displacement map in pretty much everything I do. Nice. Gonna go even less. Take care, Nutshell. Nice one for tuning in. Hopefully you're out of Instagram jail soon enough, and I can see all this new logo stuff you've been working on, mate. Best of luck. Take care. Hell yeah, Derek. I love that kind of vibe. I'm big into fantasy and stuff. Always have been a bit of a like nerd, you know. And I do like listening to Dungeon Synth, but it's not my favorite genre. I like it in particular, you know, situations, like if I'm wanting to like unwind or something. But The art style is absolutely amazing. I think this is actually looking pretty sick, so I'm just going to bitmap this. We'll just try 55 pixels. Nope. I'm going to say 21. Absolutely not. Uh, 144. That's pretty cool. Too much shit going on though, isn't it? So I think I'm actually just going to... I might actually just fart around with some noise. Just gonna whack it down real small and then put some monochromatic noise on it and kind of mess with the image that way, make it look horrible. That could be a bit much, so I'm just gonna actually make it the time, holy Jesus. Yeah, definitely do, Nutshell. Gives a shout. And best of luck. Yeah, that's very true, Derek. Sometimes there's some like shady stuff going on in the dungeon synth scene, but sure, there is in every scene, isn't there? But I do like stuff like Hole Dweller or any of those. If you ever listen to any stuff like that, it's like really it's kind of almost like 70s rock, like Jethro Tull inspired kind of psychedelic sort of stuff. I'm not knowledgeable about it whatsoever, but I do like listening to it. Might smart sharpen this a little bit. I don't know, that might have been a bit too overboard. That's a bit too overboard, alright. Feck it. Let's put like... Actually, let's stick a gradient on it. Let's see what we got going in here. Adobe. That one could be cool for what we're trying to do. Actually, first of all, I'm going to just take the white and only the white and put it on separate layer itself. And then throw gradients the old-fashioned way onto the... Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, it's still a grayscale image. Oops. Don't flatten. Yeah, Revolver, big time. Big time. I seen some funny stuff though recently about couple like dungeon synth producers, or would you call them that? Producer, maybe, yeah. Like losing record deals for having some, let's just call them loud opinions. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Holy God, 300 quid. Wow. You know the lad, is he like local lad, is it? I must give the old Spectral Kingdom stuff a listen, so. Discogs is complete like lunacy to me. I'm at the stage now like where I'm thinking about like moving gaff soon with the missus, and I've just got so many records that I can't imagine, you know, moving with them, like bringing them abroad and stuff. That looks bizarre. I might actually try and give it that like weird like 90s bump map kind of vibe, but I think because the detailing is so, the noise is so small that it's kind of, sure, look, it'll do, I guess. Dungeon Synth DJs, yeah. That's awesome though, fair play to him. Oh, you're gonna make a Dungeon Synth tune? God, what ideas could there be? I'd say go for, off the top of my head. See, I just want to say something like Irish history, but I don't know if any of that stuff translates too well. Do you know what I'd love? I'd love like Dark Crystal themed like Dungeon Synth act. Or record even. Like, I don't know why people hated that show so much. I thought it was amazing. Really liked the movie as well. This looking kind of cool. Oh shit, which one was that? Might put a glow, outer glow on these. Shit. That looks kind of cool. It might be a little overboard actually, but sure. DSBM, is that like Dungeon Synth Black Metal? Because I'm not too, as I said, I'm not too knowledgeable about Dungeon Synth, but I do like, I'm a bit of a sucker for a little sit down and a relaxing like synth tune. There we go. Might throw some noise on that. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Hell yeah. I think I'm almost done with this. Oh, depressive suicidal black metal. I actually wouldn't have much knowledge about that at all. At all. I do enjoy some cavernous, like horrible black metal though. The nastier and like if it sounds anything like crust punk or like really bad production quality, then you can sign me right up. And anything with D beats as well, you can sign me up for that as well. Yeah, I think sadness makes like really good art, doesn't it? In general, makes amazing music and like um just art, like movies, like anything. This is a nice texture from Black Market. It's a copy scan. Quite like them. Cheap enough as well. I think it was only like 15-20 quid for a full pack of them. I might actually spin that around. Oh, Sadness is a band, is it? Unreal. Oh, sick, Derek. I must give that a look. Peacemaster, take care. Cheers for checking it out. I'll be sure to do a few more of these streams. Take care, buddy. Awesome. Never heard of them. I must check them out. Love your art style, Derek. It's absolutely savage. I think that's a little bit too gritty, but sure. For how long was that? Little under 2 hours. It's alright. Could have been worse. Oh, I must check out that album. I don't know, are these comments coming in like delayed or I don't know. How was the stream in general? Was the quality alright? Because just like bouncing off the office internet here. I'll say this is a little PNG. Tree B. Yeah, it's Aster rules. Psychonaut 4. That sounds very, very interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely give them a listen. What do you reckon? We get a little Discord going at some stage and you guys can enlighten me on stuff that I've slept on and should be listening to. Sick, I think I am done with this. Oh, that makes sense. That really makes sense, Nikita, yeah. Kind of like on Twitch as well, it's like that. Thank you very much, buddy. Really appreciate that. Yeah, this was good crack. I'll definitely do another stream soon and think up some mad ideas for stuff to do. But I'm pretty happy with how this turned out in 2 hours. It was nice to chat to everybody as well. But I got to head soon. I've got 3 minutes to 9, so I best leg it. But peace out, lads. You're all a bunch of legends. And we'll do it again soon.